I feel like I have been taking it very slow this week, which has been extremely helpful for me, to feel less pressure and to feel like I'm always not on the go all the time because ever since I left my previous job about a month ago, I felt like I needed to hustle. I needed to stay busy. I needed to do things every minute of the day, and it was extremely helpful for me. It kept my mind out of dark places, and it kept me focused and very driven on what I wanted to do. So it was extremely helpful. But this week, I wanted to take it a little bit easy and relinquish some of that, the pressure that I felt that I needed to do. So I've been taking it slow, and although I have added a lot of new items. Let's see, how many did I added? Maybe minus about 35-ish product onto mostly on Depop, all of them on Depop, and then some on Posh, and I have not even, I don't think I've even added them to I have not added them to Etsy yet. Wow, I'm really behind this. I'm really taking it slow. So you can kind of see my organized, not organized process, unorganized process of how to do this. I'm not very well integrated into the reselling community as of yet. So if you hear that noise, I'm drinking my morning matcha. It's still morning and it's Sunday. I am going camping with my little nephews. This is their first camping trip of the summer later today. So I wanted to wake up early and get some stuff done, but I ended up just cleaning my house and doing other things. And I'm finally now sitting down and actually focus and doing this. And I think I have about 2 hours to complete as much as possible until I have to start getting ready before they come and pick me up. So this week I've loaded about 35. Most of them are Posh and Depop, and I have to go back. Well, you know what? Let's see. Let me check on Etsy to see if I have already done that, and I just have not noted in there. Let me pull it from my big screen for you to see. Hold on. Here, maybe you can see this. Oops, I have to pull it into my laptop. Oh, I did. Okay, so I don't know why I didn't put, you know what I did? Okay, that makes sense. So this is also, oh, you know what I did? Now I remember. Okay, that's why I was like, I swear I've already put some of these onto my Etsy shop already. So all the ones I highlighted, which I should have done this and just marked it like this way, highlighted in red are the ones that I put on Etsy. So this is just for my internal notes. Nobody else can look at this spreadsheet and say, oh, I know what's going on here. It's only for my eyes only. So yeah, this is my process. And again, going back to what I was saying earlier, I'm not very well versed in the, this community. I'm still so new, and I don't know what other people's processes are on how to get items on site so quickly. I'm very meticulous, and I'd like to think that I'm a pretty perfectionist as well. And I want to give people as much detail as possible. And I don't know if that makes sense sometime for items that are not necessarily, doesn't have a high profit margin, right? So I'm still trying to figure out faster way of doing this. And last night I was trying to understand eBay's listing process and some of their templates. And I just got a little bit overwhelmed, and so I ended up not doing anything. Although I know I've got some stuff I want to put on eBay versus on Depop or on Posh just because of the um the item itself, the category itself. Okay, so today I'm giving myself about 2 hours to see if I can list all of this. I don't know if it's possible on Poshmark and then on Depop, and if there's enough time left over, I will do it on Etsy. But not every single item is going to go on Etsy. I think I mentioned before that Etsy is going to be mostly focused on just purely vintage product or things that I find at the thrift store, not items that I'm trying to resell, out of my closet, or any items that I repurpose or whatnot will be strictly on Etsy. So there's 38 items altogether, but I'm gonna exclude these two for now. So let's say 36 items altogether. That I've already did the title. I've already extrapolate. Is that a word? The titles, the highlights, the description, any tags that goes along with it. What my listing price would be, and then what the cost of goods are. And that's another thing, like I've been watching videos of other resellers, and they are so good at what they do, and like they have items that they bought for like 90 cents or $1 and they sold it for like $30. I'm like, how are y'all doing that? Like, I'd love to get to that point one day, because I don't think I can't really find items that, I guess I'm a little bit more curated as well in the way that kind of I want my shop to be, or my reselling business to be. And some people will just, take carts and carts of things that they find at the bins, and when you do the entire calculation, it ended up being, just under $1. So that makes sense, but I don't know, I don't have enough resources, manpower to be able to do all that. But I'm very impressed, and I wish, hopefully one day I get to that point. But for right now, there's nothing that I have gotten so far where I paid $1 for and got like a 300% profit margin. It's nothing like that. I would say the best one so far, let me see if I can show you some pictures. I'll go to my Poshmark and see if it's in there. The best profit margin that I've gotten so far are the that I can think of the top of my head. More recent one is this Barney's coat that I got from the bins for, I would say, just right under $4. Yeah. And I sold it for around $50, but keep in mind, Posh takes a big chunk of it out, so you're gonna have to figure out what that calculation would be. So that was one of them. The other one was what was it? The Cotopaxi jacket that I got from the thrift store for like $8, and then someone bought it for, again, around $50 minus the I'm trying to see if I can find it, minus the right here. Still brand new, and gosh, I could have probably listed for a lot more, but it's okay, it's all right. I don't want to be too greedy. I still want to be reasonable and competitive. And then the last item that I thought was, let me see, maybe I can pull it in my Depop for you, is this Simkai dress that I got from, and all of those sold really, really quickly too. Like, I think within days that I have posted it, they sold almost right away. The Simkai skirt, and I got this from the thrift store, and it was just like so random too. I was walking, and I just noticed, you know, the navy blue skirt, and to me it looked like it was really good quality. I picked it up, still had the tag and everything, and it's completely still brand new. And again, this is another piece that I could have priced for higher, but I only paid like, I want to say like $6 or $8 for it. So I got still a pretty high profit margin from that. So that went really quickly. This coat went quickly. This one I got from the bins for under $4 again. Went out the door really quickly. Okay, sorry, I had to cut some clips out because it showed the customer's information. But anyways, this is a Zara tweed style jacket. Sold really quickly within days of, you know, me posting it, so I'm glad. But lost track a little bit. Let's get back to this. So I'm giving myself about 2 hours. It's right now 10 a.m. my time, and I am going to do my goal is to put everything, all 36 items on Depop, on Posh, and on Etsy. We'll see how fast I can do this. I don't think that I can, but we'll see. I don't think that I won't record the entire thing because it will be extremely boring for you to watch me do it. But I will do it, and then I will check back and let you know if it's actually possible. But let me just do, I guess, a couple with you to kind of show you what that process is like when you're posting on Depop and on Posh. So when you're on Posh, you're in your Seller Central or your Selling Hub, and you just go into Sell Now. And then I don't know if other people have trouble with this, but I often, like, sometimes when I load the pictures, and it will take a minute for it to, like, you know, start to load and show up in these carousel. But there are times when it keeps giving me like error, which I don't understand. Let's see if it does that today. What's the first item on my list here? We're gonna do, oh my goodness. My computer is also, I need to take it to, oh my gosh, what's happening? I need to take it to Mac to try to figure out why it sounds like it's about to take up to go to space every time I turn it on. So the first product is just this simple tee that I found. I thought would be cool, like vintage tee. Not vintage, it's still fairly new, and someone might be interested in it, you know. It's like a collective sort of item. This is a FIFA t-shirt for the 2026 World Cup at in Houston, Texas. And it's a fairly large size, so you know, you could wear that to bed, or you could wear that just lounging around. So very, very just simple tee with huge graphic in the front. So it does this. It will start to keep loading like this, and then sometime once it finally, see, I don't get it. It does that sometimes, and then you'll just have to like retry it, and then it will work. I don't know if other people experience the same issue. And then another kind of inconvenient thing when it comes to Depop too is that you do have to make sure you click into each one and that you are capturing the entire image, because it doesn't automatically do that for you. So if you don't, you know, there are going to be times when half of your image got cut out, or it's not showing the entirety of the item, and you might be you know, the customer might reach out to you and ask you, you know, what's this, what's that, what does the graphic say? So you just want to make sure you're capturing everything here. Like, for example, this is the whole shot, but I can only show so much of it, you know? So just keep that in mind. And I haven't figured out yet on Depop and Posh if there is a way to upload product listing in mask, and even on like do through with imagery as well, do it in mass in bulk. I saw that eBay has that capability, but I don't think that Posh and Depop has it, or maybe I'm just not privy to that information. Like I probably, there's probably, which one should I do? Highlights? We'll do highlights. My thing is a little bit excessive with all the emoji. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really love it, but it gets the point across, and it's just very straightforward, so I just keep it like that. And then of course you want to put in the category. They will suggest the category for you already. So I would just pick it, and then there's always going to be occasion. I'm gonna do, this is just a, we'll do workout. You know, you can work out casual, outdoor, nothing special. And then of course it is cottoned, I believe, and it also says it in the description. Fit, I'm gonna say plus size and tall. I never really understood this because sometimes like it doesn't, I'm gonna say like new. And the size is, what did I say the size was? 2XL. Excuse me. 2XL, if they have that. XXL? Yep, there you go. And we'll do FIFA. This is actually fairly important if you are someone that sells on Depop or new to Depop, because when you are printing the label, on the very right corner, top bottom, or bottom right corner, it will tell you what the SKU is, so you can automatically know, okay, which item is going to who. So having the SKU that is correlating with the items that you're listing is very, very helpful. The source, I'm gonna say, it's pre-love, yeah. I would say modern, and then you always have to put, I would just do streetwear, loungewear, just find ones that fits the style. So we're gonna do at $12. I'm not gonna scroll down to the bottom because it shows my address, and I don't wanna show that. So I'll cut that out, but really after that point, after you list your pricing, you would just do post, and your items will go into live. So I'll do that outside of the screen here, and I'll show you. And then, yep, once I click post, there it is. Your item is live, and then you can view listing or list another item, or you could just do sell now. Bless me. Ay, ay, ay. So that's it. Very, very simple. And then on the Poshmark side, it's, let's see. I always like to click the likes because it helps build my confidence knowing that people like my stuff. I'm still learning about the bundle, so that's something that I would like to learn more about. So on Posh, you just click on sell now. Same idea, very, very similar on Posh. You know, drag and drop the pictures, and it is, I would say, maybe even faster or easier on Posh than it is on Depop, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't have trouble with the imagery getting that error messaging, and I don't need to crop it so that the entire image is showing. I mean, there are times that I might have to, but for the most part you don't really need to unless you really want to like focus or zoom in on an item or on a product. And you can post a lot of pictures on Posh versus on Depop. You can only do 8. Title, description and all that, and then category, kind of the same deal. If you're doing a multi-item, and then what are the sizing, the condition of the item. I love that this is also in here as well versus Depop doesn't have this. You can indicate the condition of the item in the description and in a title, but it doesn't have a drop down like this. And I think this is very helpful when customers are buying. They could see, okay, am I buying a new item, or am I Is this something that's used? Brands, and they have a lot more brands on Posh versus Depop. There's still brands that I haven't been able to find on Depop yet. Colors is very limited when it comes to both Depop and Posh. You can only pick up to 2, I believe. Style tag, this is also limited, I think only 3 for both Depop and Posh. And the listing price, this is also very helpful. It does the same thing that Depop does, is it tells you kind of the pricing history and kind of give you a suggestive pricing on what range to kind of stick with. Again, use it as a direction, not as, you know, an actual price listing that you should be selling at. And then available for sale. And I guess you could do a drops too, which I have not done before. Sometime what I do is if I have an existing or an active listing and I don't know whether or not this item, like if it was sold on a different site, like on Depop or on Etsy, and I don't know if it's a legitimate sale, meaning I don't know if the customer's going to want to return them or not, so then I would just make it unavailable, like not for sale, until, you know, the customer received it and they haven't said anything and there's no issue with the item. That's when I would go back and like delete the sale. So that's fairly simple. Again, I don't think there is a way to do it in mass. At least that's what it seems like to me, because as soon as you click on sell now, you know, it takes you to a manual way of listing product. I don't see any sort of template that you could do. The same thing with this, you know, I don't see templates that you can download. It seems like it's just a very manual process. It's been about 2 hours now, a little over 2 hours, and I did not meet my goal. The Depop system has been very laggy and slow for me, so I'm not even done with Depop all the way yet. I still have about 8 more items to go, and I'm trying to rush through, so I don't know if it's possible to do all of that in 2 hours mark, but just wanted to kind of give you a final update that it's taking me a while to put all these 36 items just on Depop alone the last couple hours. But I'm gonna keep going probably until 1 o'clock, until I'm getting ready to go and get my nephews to go camping. But just wanted to check in. Thanks.